Hey guys, this is Brecken. So today, let's just start off with the fact that I started this channel to help out some of the players that are just starting, and maybe even some of the veteran players can learn something. But just starting today, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a deck that, I'm in Arena 5, but you should have at least some of these by the time that you are in like Barbarian Bowl or something like that. Um, So yeah, so let's just get into it. So I have the knight. The knight is good for taking out stuff, or just for the fact of stopping stuff, because it's essentially just a mini giant except it attacks everything. Next I have the Tesla. I use the Tesla because it does 102 damage, which is insane, and it has a lot of hit points, and it's only a common. If it were me, I would make this a rare just because it's so OP. But yeah. Next we have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. The Mini P.E.K.K.A., just the amount of damage that it does. 432 damage for 4 elixir is insane. That's almost as much as the P.E.K.K.A. and the P.E.K.K.A. costs of an elixir. So next I have the Rage. I usually use the Rage with like high damage units, especially because it makes their speed faster because you can get close. Next I have the Zap. You do unlock this in Spell Valley, but the Zap itself. So you unlock the lightning spell. Here, I'll pull it up for you. You unlock the lightning spell all the way up in the Goblin Stadium. So basically what the Zap is it's just a very underpowered lightning spell that does area damage instead of targeting the units with the highest health. Anyway, so then I have the Prince, which, considering that you can unlock it in training camp, it is super OP. It does 245 damage, and then once he gets charging, you do twice the amount of damage. It's insane. Next, I have the Balloon. Just the fact of, because especially when people use this against me, I feel so helpless, because most of the time, a lot of my cards, they don't hit air. I have, a land-based deck, so you put something down like this, I'm done for. Because, it just at level 1, it can get off 2 bombs, which is already 1,200 damage, which is insane. Next I have the Skeleton Army. This is good for just taking out stuff, and not necessarily stopping stuff, like with the Knight, but taking out stuff. I might waste it on a Hog or something. Hog Rider, for those of you who don't play. But, most of the time you want to use this on, a Giant or something, one of those high health, ones that don't do area damage. So, the Prince right here is easily taken out by the Skeleton Army. So anyway, I think we thought we'd get into a battle just right now, just to show you what kind of stuff we can do with this deck. Okay, so we're going against the level 6 guys, and he's the same level as me, so that's good. So my next card is a Skeleton Army, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to throw down the Tesla. Oh, okay, so as you can see in the left corner, he just threw down a P.E.K.K.A. So, probably, I'm just gonna throw the Knight down just to see what I can do. So, obviously, that's why the Tesla's good. It distracts the thing. Oh, see, I'm gonna use someone to Zap right there, because it does area damage. But as you can see right here, the P.E.K.K.A. is a high health, high damage troop. So especially with its low hit speed, it's very easy to be taken out by something like that. I might be screwed right here, because he has oh, no, the Knight saved it. See, that's what I mean by it, as the Knight, coming in to stop stuff, because it just gets in there the second, and it just does ultimate damage. So my Knight's gonna get killed, which is okay, because on his right side we've already damaged his tower quite a bit, and he hasn't hit one of our towers at all. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna save up my elixir. Oh. That's new. So the Skeleton Army isn't necessarily the best for taking out something like this, but the damage output it has, especially when they put it that close, is insane. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the Balloon down, and then put a Rage Spell down, because it A, increases their health, B, increases their damage, and especially above all, increases their speed, which is really a huge thing, especially with the Balloon, because you want to get it down there so it can do its damage. So we took down one tower. So now I'm going to throw a Prince down in here. See, we got bomb off on there, and it just does insane damage. Okay, so he's gonna use his prince to kill my prince, which is okay. It's a worthy... Either way, he just had to waste his prince too, so that's okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw down my Tesla right there, just in case, because I see he put the P.E.K.K.A down, which means he's probably gonna have a push with it, which is not really what I want to deal with right now. So I'm gonna throw down that, and then Rage, which probably was stupid of me, because I just put the Lich down. It's okay for right now though. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, so we got the skeleton on the control, but he has high damage troops just raining down the range right now. This can be very bad for us. Yeah, it looks like this isn't. He's gonna decimate our tower, and see, like, he has a Luna right now, and I don't have a single thing that's gonna be able to hit it like I do. So, we took down the knight. Oh no. Looks like in the end he's gonna end up killing me. Yep. That's okay. He got a 3-star, but most of the time this deck, I mean, he just swarmed me and I didn't really have anything to go against it, but if you're lucky, you can usually get 3 stars with this deck. So as I said before, you have the prince. So basically what you want to do is you want to use the prince and the balloon with the rage, and then the P.E.K.K.A is kind of like just an all-around card, whether you're taking out like a high damage card, because he also deals high damage to them with moderate hit points. So then the Tesla is good because it also attacks air. So like you might want to start with like cannon when you get Ever and Barbarian Bull. You can use that for a bit, and that's what I used. But then once I got the Tesla, because it's essentially the cannon, but it does more damage. Doesn't necessarily have more health, or actually it does have more health. It has more health, it does more damage, and it can hit air, unlike the cannon. The knight's kind of like an all-around deck, but it's more of like a blockade. Unlike the mini P.E.K.K.A, which is just used to take out units. Zap is like kind of an all-around, just taking out groups of enemies, because it does area damage, unlike the lightning spell, which targets 3 specific things with the highest hit points. And the skeleton army is good for taking out high damage, slow fire rate things. So, thank you guys. Remember, this is my first video, so if you want to see more stuff like this, please leave a like and even subscribe if you want to. Thank you guys. See you next time. This has been Clash Tips.